guys, back at you with another one. Today we're going to talk about Defense Player of the Year. I know it's only been 6 weeks so far in the NFL. We're coming up on week 7. But so far, I'm going to rank my top 5 Defensive Players of the Year. Currently at number 5, I got Fred Warner. The guy got 48 tackles, 32 solo tackles, 16 assist tackles, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble with 2 interceptions. 44 yards on interception return yards. He averaging about 22 yards per return when he get his hands on the ball from a defensive side. Fred Warner is just a flat-out beast, man. The guy is a baller. He find his way to the ball. He got a knack for making plays. Currently, he's what moves that defense right now. I know it's usually Nick Bosa with the disruption, the sacks, but Nick hasn't been doing too much this year as of right now. I know he's going to come on. But Fred Warner, man, keep your eyes on that guy. That guy's a top defensive player in this league, arguably the best linebacker in this league. And the San Francisco got a 5-1 record, and a lot of that got to do with Fred Warner on the defensive side of the ball. Moving on to number 4, I'm going with Aidan Hutchinson from the Detroit Lions. They also got a 5-1 record. Them guys is playing extremely well. The defense have a lot of weakness in the secondary, but Hutchinson makes up for it with his pressure rate and getting out to the quarterback. He currently have 18 tackles, 13 solo, 5 assists, and 4.5 sacks. 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble return, but he also got an interception for 6 yards. The guy's playing extremely well. Continue to look forward to seeing him playing well and make noise. I like the fact that he's played at Michigan and was able to stay in that Michigan area playing for the Detroit Lions. The guy just play hard. He make plays. He the heart of the defense as of right now. The Lions got to get a few more pieces on defense, but as far as just talking strictly Defensive Player of the Year, Hutchinson coming in ranked number 4 for me. He made the top 5. Moving on to the number 3, I got T.J. Watt currently at number 3 for Defensive Player of the Year. Watt could be number 1 if we just strictly go off of statistical numbers as stats wise. Watt got 15 total tackles, 12 solo tackles. He got assists on 3 of the tackles. He got 8 sacks as of right now, 2 forced fumbles, 3 fumble returns for a total of 34 yards. He also got 1, he ran back 1 of the fumbles this year. He do got 1 touchdown on the defensive side of the ball. Watt just been playing extremely high level defensively. His team is currently 3-2. At this point, Watt number-wise could be the Defensive Player of the Year, but the defense overall is not ranked as high as we are accustomed to seeing this still a defense be. They took a step back this year, currently ranked number 14, but they ranked number 14 and only played 5 games. So, they're going to drop down even more unless that defense just turn around and start shutting teams down. But currently, when you ranked outside of the top 5 defensively overall, pretty hard for a defensive player on that team to end up as Defensive Player of the Year regardless of the stats that they will have. It need to contribute into overall defensive performances, and it should help your team become a top 5 defense. Currently, the Steelers are not a top 5 defense, so it's kind of like, I don't want to say empty stats from Watt, but he is making stats and making it impressive, but they're not doing much overall on the defensive side of the ball. Moving on to number 2, Myles Garrett. This defense is currently ranked number 1 in the NFL. Who would have knew? We always know Cleveland played good defense, but this year they've been balling through the first 6 weeks. Even though they only played 5 games, they had an early bye. They're currently 3-2. Myles Garrett got 13 total tackles, 9 solo tackles, assists on 4 tackles, 5.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. But we all know he's the heart of that defense. The guy's just an absolute monster, a freak of nature, a beast. I expect him to continue to make strides and produce on the defensive side of the ball. And if his defense stay within the top 5, it's going to be a close race for Defensive Player of the Year. Moving on to number 1, Micah Parson. I got him currently ranked number 1. He currently have 20 total tackles, 11 solo tackles, 9 assists, 5 sacks on the year, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble return. The return he got, he returned it for a touchdown, but it was called back due to him being touched when he snatched the ball out of the guy's hand. He's projected to have about 14 and a half sacks, on the year, but I expect that number to go up. I know these last 3 games, he only got 1 sack within the last 3 games. But the difference between Michael Parson and other players on this list, Michael Parson moves around. Michael Parson plays 3 or 4 defensive positions on the field. Michael Parson is getting double team, triple team at a higher rate than any player on this defense defensive player of the year mentions that I discussed. He also lead the lead in pressures, getting near the quarterback at the highest rate in the NFL as of right now. He just need to return them into more sacks, but I think that'll keep on happening. He only 3 sacks out from being the #1 sack leader in the league, but he's by far #1 with pressures in the league, and he does a little bit of everything. Dallas got a 4-2 record, but their defense is currently ranked #4. So they are still in the top 5. He got stacks. So I think if these guys continue to stay on the path that they all stand on, I think this right here would end up being the same 5 guys that's in my top 5. I think it'll finish this way towards the end of the year. I think this is the year Michael Parson get it done. Micah win the Defensive Player of the Year if he stay on pace and his defense continue to doing what they're doing. That's all I have. Next video, we're going to discuss the top leading MVP candidates. But that's all I have for Defensive Player of the Year. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Continue to grow with me. I appreciate everybody that watched the videos. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the comments. And I appreciate you guys just being supportive of everything that I do here at Real Sports Covering. Thank you.